Okay, good evening, everyone. I hope you're doing well. JP Koster here. Just got back to Cape Town after a long drive, all the way from Koster. We did some meetings there for Elena Wilkin and her team for the last 2 days, and she kept me very busy. But we are home in Cape Town, all safe. Yeah, I'm in fact not used to driving that far, to be honest with you. Obviously, since lockdown, I haven't in fact left the southern suburbs. But anyways, I'm very excited about this evening. I think this evening is going to be an incredible evening. And the reason why I'm saying that is because some of the girls are going to be sharing this evening on the webinar. All of them are in fact the top 10 enrollers in my entire group so far this month. So it's nice to obviously hear from them why they're involved, why they're doing this. What we're going to do is we're going to get each of them to share just, for 2 to 5 minutes why they're doing this, why they're excited about it. And then what we'll do is I'll just quickly briefly run through the business plan. So what we're going to do is we first going to have Luandri, who's going to share. She's a brand new executive director. So I'm going to just quickly pin her video and we'll get Luandri to share. So just give me a minute or two and Luandri will be on. Luandri, you can actually, in fact, just make your video live and then you'll be good to go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this opportunity meeting tonight. Thank you so much, JB, for this opportunity. It is such a great privilege for me to speak on this platform and share my story with all of you. Also want to thank my sister, Anjanette Tate, my enroller and my mentor in this business. Literally everything that I've learned throughout my journey the past 16 months is all thanks to you. Thank you for everything. My name is Luandri. I'm an executive director from Hartbeespoort in the Northwest, and I just want to share with you why I chose to do this business and what an amazing journey these past 16 months have been for me. I started enjoying this business for 2 reasons. Firstly, for the health of my family and others, and secondly, to create a passive line of income. Now, I am all about research when it comes to products, brands, or businesses, and I started my Mannatech journey off by using a lot of the products, and I did my research on the business and products in detail. Now, the science, the glycobiology, the patents on the products, the business model, and the product's results blew my mind, and I was convinced. For me, doing this business and being able to tell others about these incredible products that we can't go without is such a blessing, and I enjoy every moment. It's an opportunity in my life that I'm so glad that I didn't say no to. And I just want to tell each of you that's listening here tonight that the person who has invited you wants to present this business opportunity to you that could change your life. Now, the reason why I wanted to create a second line of income is also because of the reality that when we work for a salary, we are fortunate and perhaps lucky if we get a 5 to 7% salary increase yearly. And with Mannatech, you are in control on how your income can grow, and the possibilities on your growth is endless. Now, the most valuable aspect of this company is also that it is based on helping, encouraging, and empowering each other. The company has integrity. It's based on kindness, love, a positive mindset. And Mannatech is the company I chose 1.5 years ago, and the personal growth I've experienced up until today is quite unique and exceptional. You will never look back if you say yes to this amazing opportunity. Just take that leap of faith, say yes, and start building your dreams. Thank you, JP and Mannatech, for this opportunity to share my story. Have a blessed evening, everyone. Back to you, JP.
Awesome, Luandri. Thank you so much for sharing. And once again, well done on being a brand new executive director, going silver executive. So next up, we're going to have Anjanette, who obviously got you involved with Mannatech. So I'm really looking forward to her sharing as well. And she's a silver executive director. So over to you, Jeanette. And Jeanette, if you can share a little bit about why you're involved, maybe what you do and why you're obviously excited about it. So I'm going to obviously, you can maybe make a video live and I'll put it all through to you.
Perfect. Thank you so much, JP. Wow, what a story Luandri just shared, and I'm so privileged that she's also part of my team and this business. Yeah, good evening, everybody. Welcome from my side, and thank you, JP, for this amazing opportunity. It's really a huge honor for me as well to share a short bit of my story and my journey. I'm Anjanette Tate, as said, Silver Executive Director. I live in Heidelberg, Gauteng. And before I start, I just want to thank Karna Rousseau. She's not only our presidential director upline, but she's also the person that introduced me to this business. If it wasn't for you, Karna, I wouldn't be sitting here tonight. You are truly my cheerleader, my lighthouse in this business, and a very, very dear friend of mine. Guys, I'm an audiologist by profession, and I was in a very comfortable job with very comfortable hours, working for a well-established and well-known private practice in my area. And then lockdown and COVID-19 hit South Africa. And in the middle of the lockdown, I found myself sitting at my dining room table with a retrenchment letter I had to sign. And I never, ever thought that this would happen to me. And I was sitting there and I thought, I've got emotions of a little bit of shock and obviously a little bit sad, but also so much gratefulness. I was so thankful that 17 months ago, I said yes to this opportunity. If it wasn't for Karna and if it wasn't for this amazing opportunity, the story would have looked much different. I had another plan. I am a planner. I had a 5-year timeline. I had a 5-year plan that I was going to build this business passively, generate the passive income, and build my dreams and my family's dreams and achieve our goals within 5 years. But God had a different plan for me, and my timeline was cut short. But what I want to get to tonight is that you don't know what happens tomorrow. And if you are given this opportunity, say yes. And with that, I don't want to say that we have to live in fear or that we have to think that bad things might happen to us in the future. But I want to say, be prepared, have a backup plan, and don't put all your fish in one pond and don't think that there will come a leak or a crack will appear. And I'm so thankful that I said yes to this opportunity and that I built this business so far and that I'm now full-time in this business. Changing people's lives, creating possibilities for other people to also change other people's lives and their own lives. I want to end off with saying that your mind is your most powerful tool in your toolbox. There are going to be difficult days. There are difficult days in any business. And you have the choice to decide what you're going to do with that day, how you're going to have an outlook on the next day. And I want to end off with a quote. And I think back to 17 months ago, and I think if Karna had this quote in her head, she would have said it to me. And it goes, "What if I fail? But oh, darling, what if you fly?" And when I say that, I really get goosebumps, and it really touches my heart, because tonight I want to share with you that there's great leaders in this business, there's great success in this business, and there's really, the sky is not even the limit. Follow that footsteps and be inspired by those leaders and that success. Say yes to this opportunity. Take this challenge. Make a difference in your life, and really, I believe that every person, if they believe something, that they can fly, they can soar if their mind is put to it. So yeah, that's my story. Thank you, JP. Over to you.
Anjani, thank you so much. That was awesome. I love that quote, and I'll share a little bit more about that a little bit later. So next up, what we've got Gold Executive Directors. So Gold Executive Directors have got about more than 200 people in their business. They're doing around 20,000 points in volume. And in fact, both of these gold executive directors, I know I obviously see what their points are, and they are both very, very close to becoming presidential directors. And the presidential directors, when you've got about 40,000 points in your business, and you're making a big, big impact in a lot of people's lives from a product point of view, from a business point of view. So next up, I want to ask Sumi to share. I'm excited. She said to me, I said, listen, you've got like 2 minutes to share. She said, listen, can I not have like 10 minutes? So I'm quite excited to hear what she has to say. Sumi, so I'm going to put it all over to you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Jackie, for this amazing opportunity to share my story on this platform. And I would like to take this opportunity also thank Lou and Leonie, our 2-star platinums from Cape Town, for all their love and support and for bringing this amazing company to South Africa. We are really privileged to be part of this amazing legacy company. I would like to thank my creator and my savior for giving me hope and all his love and grace upon my life and my journey in Mannatech. Elizabeth van Wyk, my sponsor and enroller from Botawil, for putting me on her names list and for thinking about me in this business. Then I would like to thank my mentors and counselors, Nicola and Gerard Simon, my bronze presidential director from Steinshurst, and also Kari and Arna Rousseau from Botawil, my presidential director from Botawil. Thank you for all your love and guidance. If it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be sitting here in front of this amazing crowd of people and sharing my story. Then lastly, I would just like to thank my team. If it weren't for them, I wasn't going to be here tonight. You are the best. I'm Sumeri van der Berg, for ordinary small town girl from Friesland. I'd never dreamed of big things to happen to me, but I always imagined this extraordinary life for myself, where you can dream and those dreams can become a reality. Mannatech came on my path and changed my life from the very first day. That day I started to realize that I can change others' lives and give hope. God says in his word that those who give will be blessed and will receive more than they gave. I was blessed with more than I could ever ask for. I was the owner of a little coffee and gift shop, and I did small functions. When I went really, in the beginning, it went really great, until a few years of very bad drought. I am a farm girl. My father and my husband is a farmer, and if the farmers' community suffers, everybody in this area suffers as well. So I can tell you with all my heart that God had bigger plans for me and my family. I started this business to earn an extra income, but I realized as time went by, I really can make this business a success. My parents was my first customers, and I decided also to enroll my mother and my sister so that they can also start to earn an extra income. My mother always received an amount of money for herself through the farming, but after a few years of very bad drought, she couldn't even receive that money anymore. So I knew that Mannatech also had to provide for her and my father. Although it was small, every bit in it is a drop in the bowl. So one of my dreams was, and still is, to help my father and mother to become financially free without any debt. On my dream board, there is a dream of mine that says to be able to give my mother an amount of 5,000 each month for herself. Like any other mother, she will always fall short on herself to provide for her children. So with her income through Mannatech, they can pay something and buy themselves these amazing products for their health. My smallest sister is now in matric, and I also enrolled her this year so that she can start and build this business on a sideline as in part and also part time. So next year, if it's in God's plan for her, she goes to university and she can do this business part-time and enjoy it while she studies. When lockdown started, I knew in my heart that there's more bigger plans for me. God led me to this way, and I had to make a decision to close my coffee shop. Because going on and paying all the rent and expenses wasn't worthwhile anymore. I really doubt my decisions, but I knew that I'd put it at God's feet, and He will provide. Thankfully for Mannatech, I had this extra income. Now I'm a housewife and soon to be a presidential director in Mannatech. From the time I closed my coffee shop, God provided in so many ways that I couldn't even explain. My business has improved and growth within 4,000 to 5,000 points each month in BPV. My dreams do come true in this business. I got the privilege to buy a new car, and my husband bought himself in the same month a second-hand buggy. We are almost debt-free, and we can save even an amount of money for our retirement one day. So tell me one thing, if this isn't God's plan for me, I don't know. 2 months ago, my team really helped me to receive a bigger reward for me as Team 14. I was really blessed. People around the world congratulated me and asked how I did it. All I can say, and I'm really honest, my why became so much bigger than I can ever dream of. So something that really hit me in one of my sessions, counseling sessions with Nicola, is that are you a motivator or manipulator? And I realized that if I can motivate my team, there will be love and unity in my team. Where there is love where there is love, all things will fall in place and will be possible. Erika Rasmus, our bronze presidential director, and Carla Rousseau, my presidential director, started this amazing group on WhatsApp. We call it the Living a Life of Gratitude WhatsApp group for all our associates. Each morning, all of us can put our 5 things which we are so grateful for on this group. And this made me realize that you cannot start your day by not saying that thank you for the things you have, because if you don't say thank you for the things you have today, maybe tomorrow they won't be there. Then I do my affirmations out loud on a voice note with some of my business builders, and we grow together. Through this, I became aware of what my team's goal and dreams are. That's really important. I do affirmations over them and their businesses as well. Help them to achieve their dreams, and then yours will come true. Always remember, if you have a why, the how will come. And as Mark Gorman said, never ever prioritize the how to over your why, because the why makes you want to know how to, but the how doesn't tell you why. You've got to have a bigger dream, a bigger belief, the bigger vision of where you are going. I want to end off by saying I will never quit this business, because it opened my eyes and I realized there is more in life than making money and selling products. I'm here to give hope and build relationships. I always think about the quote, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. This business is for everyone, so please get to the person who invited you on this call and start your Mannatech journey. You won't have any regrets. Thank you, JP.
Wow, Sumi, that was really quite emotional, to be honest with you. And I'm so glad all of you girls are sharing why you're doing the business, because it reminds, I mean, so many of us why we are doing this. And it reminds me, you know, I've been doing this for 12 years, and you're a massive inspiration. And I know your story a little bit more intimately than a lot of people on the call this evening. But and I think for me, it's probably one of the things I love the most about Mannatech. It's people with massive hearts to help other people, you know, and leave people better than what they find them. And you are so doing that. And man, I can't wait for you to be a presidential, sharing your story on stage. And wow, so thank you so much for sharing from your heart. I think that's what makes this company different. What makes it unique. It's not just about hype. It's not just about, you know, making money. It's not just about, you know, a cool product that looks cool from the outside. It's really about, you know, leaving people better than what you find them. So thank you so much for sharing. I really, really appreciate. I mean, I know it's not always easy to share from your heart, and it's been quite amazing. I got so many messages from so many people while you were sharing, wow, you know, that really touched their heart very, very much so. So thank you for that. I mean, I appreciate what you're doing. So next up, I would like to ask Wilmeen Lowe to share quickly. She's also a Gold Executive Director. She's also very, very close to presidential. I'll never forget the first time I met Wilmeen was in Bloemfontein at a meeting we did there. and she's also got a massive passion to help other people. And so I'm not sure if your video is live yet, but if it is, if you can just make a video live, and then I can obviously just pin it. So let me just see if you are there. Okay, just go down. So I'm gonna make you go live. Probably just trying to find your video. Wilmien, kan jy net jou video gou vinnig aansit? Okay, there we've got Wilmien. So Wilmien, just give it 5 seconds and you're good to go.
Thank you, JP. It's such an honor to be part of this amazing platform. First of all, just want to thank Alet Marie and Quentin van Zyl, my uplines, for your inspiration, your guidance, and your patience that you have with me. I also want to thank my creator and my team. My why is had to bring a change in my life for freedom and a better income. I'm a beautician. I had to work away from home to make a living, spending hours on the road, early mornings and late at nights, driving and trying to make a living. I never believed in myself. I also never thought that this amazing big thing is going to come on my path. I always struggled with finances. The day I started with Mannatech gave me so much hope and confidence, support from all the leaders and the teams. It made me feel so special and loved and gave me so much hope and inspiration that I couldn't let this opportunity slip out of my hands. Being a beautician, having a caring, loving heart, fulfilled my life that I could make people pretty inside and out. Mannatech gave me the opportunity to grow in myself, having more confidence and 1,000% financial freedom, less time on the road and more time reading tomes, and for marketing and spending quality time with quality people, and more and improve in myself. Thanks to Mannatech, it made it so possible for me to go overseas for holidays, which is all expenses paid. Another thing that I never thought that could have happened in my life. Mannatech also raised the standard of my life and gave me amazing opportunities that no one else can offer. I'm so eternally grateful that I am improved in my life and getting better every day. I just want to say thank you for this opportunity, JP. And I just want to end off and say, never give up, and faith power works. Thank you so much.
Well, Wilmien, bye-bye, dankie. Appreciate that. You were awesome. Thank you for sharing. And as I mentioned to you earlier regarding Sumi as well, I mean, I know you're very, very close to going presidential as well. And we all look very, very forward to hear your story, because I think, you know, everyone's just getting sort of a little bit of a teaser to what it's all about. So, so next up, I'm going to ask Karna Rousseau, who's a presidential director. So she's, you know, her and Harry have got more than 40,000 points in their business. In fact, probably a lot more than that. I don't know the exact amount, but it means that they've got more than 400 people in their group, ordering more than 100 points every month. And I actually, very often, some of you will hear me share Karna's story, because she really inspired me the first time I met her, because I asked her to share at an event we did up in Joburg, and she asked her, Karna, why are you doing the business? And I won't forget what she said to me. And she said to me, you know, the reason why I'm building this business is because I've got small kids, and I realized I've only got 18 Christmas holidays with them, and I want to make sure that every one of these Christmas holidays is going to be the best holidays I can give my kids. And I think that really touched my heart that day when you shared that, and maybe you don't even remember it anymore. But you're also a massive inspiration. So yeah, so over to you, Karen.
Thank you, JP, for this amazing opportunity to share on this platform, and welcome to everybody. I'm Karna Rousseau from Bothaville in the Free State. It's a small town. I'm a farmer's wife and a mother to two beautiful little girls that keeps me busy. First, I would like to thank my enrollers, Johan and Leandre Skuman from Markwart, and also my councillor, Bronze Presidential Gerard and Nicolas Simon from Kroonstad. I really appreciate all of you in my life.
2 years ago, I started this business for an extra income. My biggest goal was if I can only receive an extra 5,000 Rand a month passive income, that would change my life. Because you know, with 5,000 Rand, you can pay a car, you can pay your cell phone, you can really buy a lot of stuff. So soon I realized that this business can give me much more. It can teach us to dream again, and that our dreams can come true. Me and my husband, we always love to look at all the beautiful destinations around the world, and we say one day. But at the back of your head, you know that it's not really possible because of a normal salary. So how will it be possible for us to go and see the world? We really, really like to travel. After 4 months of being in the business, we qualified for the incentive to Maldives, and that really was the start of big, big things. Our why now is to be financially free and to have much more to give to other people. It makes me trigger happy if I can help someone financially with products, or just by being myself and give them a hand. The other thing is that JP said, the memories I would like to leave to our kids. I want them to leave a legacy and to give them the best life that we can. That includes memories and opportunities. You know, these days everything costs money, and I don't know when to start saving for them to maybe go to university one day. But with this amazing opportunity, it's not something I have to worry now. So I want to challenge you tonight. If you think this opportunity is not for you, or you think that you can't do it, write down the date of today, 23 of July 2020. Say yes to this opportunity, and no matter what anyone says, give it your absolute best for 1 year, and then you can decide. I promise you, this opportunity will change your life forever, and you will be forever grateful to this, because me and my family, we are very, very grateful, and this really changed our life, and it is only the beginning. I can't wait to go with Mannatech forever. Thank you, JP.
Sorry. Thank you so much to all you girls for sharing. I really, really appreciate it. You guys are all, girls are all making a massive impact for a lot of people out there. And I just want to share, if there are any English people on the call here, you don't have to be Afrikaans to make a success in Mannatech. Anyone can make a success. It's really just about your dream and your drive. So so basically this evening, I'm gonna just quickly run everyone through. I did say to everyone, I'd like to have this done in the next sort of by 8:45. So just a little bit about myself. So I got involved in Mannatech just over 12 years ago. One of my best friends, his mother's a medical doctor. They told me about the product, and I was a little bit skeptical, and I got invited to a presentation. I didn't get involved straight away. I took my mom to the next presentation, and she said to me, listen, she's not interested in the product, or at least in the business, but she'd like to try the product. And I obviously had to use her credit card, because when I started Mannatech, 12 years ago, it was $1,000 to be a business builder. Obviously today it's 750 Rand, so you can't really compare it at all. I at least always feel it's it was actually a massive blessing, because I didn't just stop when I spoke to 5 people about Mannatech, because I put enough money into it and invested enough into it to talk to. I was willing to talk to 1,000 people if I needed to. So of course I had no idea that this is going to be something I'm going to be doing for the next 12 years, and I'm incredibly grateful. We looking at that, we start off with, building that little small team, and my mom and I started seeing a few people, and I started building some more people and getting some more people on board. And I never had any idea, here we're sitting, we just had a purge, where they basically, kick off all the numbers that aren't active. But I mean, to build a team of 30, 40, 50,000 people is really, really amazing. I mean, I never thought, I used to hate orals at school, having to speak in front of people. But I guess in life, if you've got something that you're really working towards, you're willing to change. And I think my first mentor always said to me, he said, for things to change, you've got to be willing to change. I think very often people are so set in their mindsets, and they live their whole lives looking in the rearview mirror of what's happened in the past. And, you can't live your life what's happened in the past. You've got to look towards, where you're working towards. What is your goal? What's your dream? And, so for me, today I'm just incredibly blessed. It's been hard work. It's not been, Mannatech, but certainly it's not a get rich quick scheme. It is something that takes time and effort. And I think for people that really are looking for a legitimate business model to build something sustainable, they in fact want a year that it's going to take time and effort to build it. So before I just go into my presentation, I just want to also just thank my upline, Bronze Presidential Silvan Prinsloo, and his late wife Priscilla. In fact, it's my birthday in a week's time today. I'll be 34. And in fact, Priscilla, passed away on my 30th birthday. So, but she left a massive impression, and made a massive difference in my business. And, that's the thing really also about, about this evening. And I think you can probably pick it up. It's not just about you. It's about the legacy that you leave. It's about something that you say to someone that can inspire them and make them go the extra mile and go out there and go influence and change people's lives. And, I shared with her, I did a training at my house, about a week ago, and I was just really sharing with people that so many people hate what they do. They don't enjoy what they do. They're doing what they do just for money. And I think a lot of the speakers this evening have alluded to that they had to close what they were doing, or they got retrenched, or they got But for me, whenever there's one door that gets shut in your life, there's always something else that might open up. And I think for me, that's really what Mannatech provides people, and I was just sharing with everyone that, let's assume that you had only like a week left to live in your life. You knew the 30th of July, that's the last day, going to be the last day of your life. Would you go to work on Monday? Would you go to work on Friday? Would you go to work, obviously tomorrow is Friday, but would you go to work on Monday and Tuesday and Wednesday and Thursday? And I think 95% of people wouldn't do that. And the interesting thing with what we do is, if you ask me that exact same question, and a lot of these leaders on the call you this evening, and a lot of you on the call you this evening, would you still do this presentation this evening? And I would 100% still do the presentation, because you know what? It's about building a legacy. It's about doing something that can actually change people's lives. And in fact, your kids and your children's children can actually benefit from what you did, through, your duration of building your Mannatech business, because they can actually still earn an income from what you did. And in fact, you've empowered a lot of people in the process as well. So I think for me, that's probably bigger than anything else out there. Yeah, you can make a lot of money, and it's not just about money. In fact, for me, it's, we very often in life think that it's, we do things to make money, but it's not actually about the money. It's about what the money gives you. It's about the freedom it can give you. It's about, you being a single mom and having the opportunity to be a mompreneur, the mom at school who's at all the soccer games, all the rugby games, but also the mom that's got a side hustle that's helping her earning extra 50,000 a month by helping people have better health and a better quality of life, and in fact empowering people. So for me, I think that is really what's exciting about this evening. And I think, just from all the speakers this evening, it's something that's come through so strong this evening, is that Mannatech is really a legacy company. It's really about helping other people. And I think, if you haven't got a heart for people, this is probably not the right business for you to be in. It's not just about numbers. It's really about inspiring other people, and, and also being willing to realize that, that for things to get better in your life, you have to become better. One of my mentors said to me, he said, it's amazing. You go to university. I did a BCom degree. And some of you on the call here, I know there's doctors on the call here, there's engineers, there's single moms, there's housewives, but very often we study something for 3 years or for 5 years, but then we get involved in like Mannatech, and we won't spend a day or even a week learning the skills to build the business, but we expect to earn the sort of income you do in a traditional business, or traditional, being an employee, or, a traditional occupation. So I think for me, it's really, really important that you realize that, for things to change in your life, you've got to change. For things to get better, you've got to become better. And the biggest thing, and I think at least experience, and one of my mentors, Tony Robbins, I've had the privilege to be at some of these conferences, he talks about this thing about it in life. It's 80% psychology, and it's really 20% the mechanics. So this evening is not really about, learning about Mannatech and learning about how to contact people and building your business. the reality is everyone wants to know those things because they think that those are the things that build the business and drive the business. But in fact, if your psychology is not right, if your mindset's not right, you're not even going to do the mechanics. So for me, it's really, really about figuring out why are you even on the call this evening? What do you want to get out of this? Why are you excited about this? And really realizing that a lot of us in life, we plan our holidays better than we plan our lives. We know exactly where, well, at least we thought we knew where we were going in December holiday. But you know, we know what day we're leaving, when our flight is, when our, you know, we're leaving our house to drive to wherever we are, where we're going to stop and sleep. But when it comes to your own life, you've got to sometimes think about your own life and say, so what is really important to me in my life? What do I value? And for me, the biggest thing for me, why every single person on the call here should be looking at Mannatech is because of financial independence and time freedom. Because there are lots of people out there, CEOs of big corporations, they might make an amazing income, but they haven't got their freedom. And I think for me, I look at a lot of these girls that shared this evening. Yes, they make a great income, but they also are making a big impact in the world, but they've got their own time and they get to do what they want to do at their own discretion when they feel it's of value to them. And you know, that they can pick their kids up at school when they want to. They don't have to sit in a job from 9 to 5. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't have jobs. What I am saying is that if you hate what you do and you don't enjoy what you do, you're selling your soul for money. And that's the crazy thing. That's the scary thing about this, is that if you love what you do, and for me, I know a lot of people on this call this evening, I've never ever felt like I'm working, because I felt, for me, I love what I do. I want to go out there and, you know, change people's lives and inspire them and leave them better than what I find them. And you've got this opportunity through Mannatech to be able to do that on a part-time basis. So this is, for me, this is the best opportunity out there. If you're looking at the average ordinary person to become, not average ordinary, because none of us are average and ordinary. We're all, in fact, extraordinary. And in fact, if you are feeling like you're ordinary, to become extraordinary, it's just a little bit of extra work, and then you become extraordinary. So I'm going to just quickly do a screen share. So I hope all of you see my screen. We're going to go through the quick presentation. So all of you should see what's on my screen at the moment. And I just want to quickly just go to the first bit. Okay. So let's start off with Mannatech. Why Mannatech? So what makes us different? What makes us unique? So for me, the first thing is we are a public company. We've been a public company for more than 21 years, traded on the NASDAQ. We've got shareholders. We get audited 4 times a year. We, you know, we don't take shortcuts. We make sure that everything that we do is compliant. It's legitimate. We don't open markets if we're not supposed to be in those markets. We go through all the red tape to make sure that, you know, when we open a market, or at least if we're doing business in the market, that we've ticked all the boxes. So we're a public company. And to be a network marketing company, be a public company, is actually quite extraordinary. The next thing is that we do business right now in 27 different countries, which means that you are living in South Africa, but don't just think that you should build your business in South Africa or in the Free State or in you know, the Western Cape. If you know people living in Singapore or New Zealand or Australia, think about how many of us on this call this evening know people living in Australia. I mean, there's more than 150, 200,000 South Africans living in Australia. How many South Africans are living in New Zealand? Probably 150,000. I mean, there's probably 200,000, 300,000 South Africans living in Canada, mostly obviously doctors. But of course, and then think about like America. All of us know people in America. I mean, so yeah, you could be living in South Africa and you could be using your mobile device to build a business that's not just in South Africa, it's actually a global business. And if you do decide one day that you don't want to live in South Africa anymore because there's, you know, greener pastures in another country, for instance, the Netherlands or Australia or wherever you want to move, it's your business goes with you. You do a country reallocation and you can be paid in that market and your business doesn't stop. It's not a bricks and mortar business. It's not something that's, you know, you're an agent just for the certain area. You are a global agent. And I don't want you to forget that. You can build your business wherever you know people. I mean, how amazing is that? Of course, the company's been in business for more than 26 years. So for me, that's got a track record. It's not something that started a year ago or 2 years ago or 5 years ago. We've been in business for a very, very, very long time. So what you'll see now, you'll see that I figure, you know, there's really 3 pillars that Mannatech stand on. And the first pillar is, of course, that we're in the health and wellness industry. Something quite interesting since COVID-19, that e-commerce sales have obviously gone through the roof. I mean, it's grown by more than 37%. But the interesting thing is the health and wellness products of the e-commerce section has grown by more than 161%. And you might be asking yourself, why? Well, it's because more people are now valuing their immune system and thinking it's important to have a good immune system. So they're buying health and wellness products. So we are really so perfectly positioned. We, from a patent point of view, patents just really mean that you are got a proprietary technology that people can only get to your company. Well, Mannatech has got more than 140 patents on our technology. You can't buy these products anywhere else. We've patented the way we extract these ingredients, the way that we formulate them, the way that we, even just the way the composition of the product. So we really, from a patent point of view, we've made sure that no one else out there can go and talk to people about glycans, or even, which is our flagship product, or even any of our products, because you can only get this exclusively through Mannatech or a Mannatech associate. The next thing I want to share with all of you is that we're also the science company. So Mannatech right now have got more than 20 published peer-reviewed, double-blind, placebo-controlled crossover studies. You might be thinking that's a big mouthful. Well, what that means is that it's not just anecdotal. It's like we can actually prove that whatever we say, the product actually does. And we've got studies now to prove that the product helps with cognitive function, digestive function, immune function. I mean, don't all of us need more immune function? One of our latest studies we've just had, which came out about a week or two ago, was done through the university of one of the universities in America, but we can actually prove that the product helps with gut health and also with immune function. I mean, and everyone wants better immune function. We've got a product in our hands and in our stable that can really help people with that. The next thing is we've got a very disruptive technology. Oh my word. I mean, you Google Mannatech, you're going to see so many amazingly positive things, but you're also going to see negative things. And that's why, for me, it's almost something that we need, because, I mean, if you've got exclusive agreements on your technology and the science that we have, I mean, not every single company out there is going to be saying, oh my word, Mannatech products are amazing. But if you've been in Mannatech for just a short while, you'll see some amazing things that happen to people when they give their body the right nutrients to work with, because your body has been designed to heal and restore itself through taking plant-based technologies. And especially because obviously, I'm sure some of you know this, but we don't get in the modern day diet where we did 50 years ago. So it's obviously changed drastically, and Mannatech is a science company giving your body what it needs so it can heal and restore itself from a cellular level. So just quickly, the last thing is the guarantee. A lot of people ask about that, is that Mannatech are so confident that the results that their customers will get, that we offer a 90-day money-back satisfaction guarantee. So what we're saying is that any customer of ours can try the product up until 90 days. If they're not satisfied, we will give them a refund up into 8,500 Rand in South Africa. I mean, that's pretty amazing. I mean, you go to Wellness Warehouse, or you go to Dis-Chem, you go to some of the any pharmacy, you buy a product there. Can you take your empty container back there and say, listen, I didn't get the results you were telling me I was going to get? But why can we do that? Because we have done so much research that we realize that if people take this product up into 90 days, in fact, your cells take around 90 days to become what they call glycosylated, which means that the glycan structures form around your cells, which allows the cell-to-cell communication help. It helps for immune modulation. So we know that if customers take the product for 90 days, they're going to stay on the product. So that's why we offer a 90-day money-back guarantee, because it gives your client a much better result, because it's not a quick fix. This is really working from the root cause, not from treating the symptom, but you're actually going back and saying, what's the root cause? So we offer a 90-day money-back guarantee in South Africa, which is really, really amazing. The next thing is the M5M Foundation. So what we do is that obviously there's more than 5 million kids that die every year from being malnourished. So what we've done is we've said, listen, every single time there's a customer, let's assume it's Luandri, she's a customer of the product, she's not an associate, but she's using the product every month. And even if she was an associate, same thing. But what you're going to do is every single month that she buys the product for herself, Mannatech as a company will donate what we call the Phytoblend powder, which is a powder with all the vital nutrients that kids need to malnourished kids all over the world. And our goal is to feed 5 million kids through the Mission 5 Million program. And right now in South Africa, some of you might be asking how many kids are getting this product. Well, there's around 26,000 kids that get this product every single day because of all the customers that are using the product. So the nice thing about this, you don't just make a difference in your world, but you're going to make a difference in the world at the exact same time. We're not even changing anything else that you're doing. You're just literally becoming a customer of the product, so you can actually influence people out there and have them have a better quality of life. So just quickly, the next part, which is the third pillar, sorry, I'm speaking quickly because I didn't get through this presentation, is from a business point of view. It's completely part-time. There's low startup costs. You can build international business. And of course, it's a turnkey business. So what does that mean? Turnkey means you just turn the key and you get going. You don't have to worry about setting up a website or accounts receivable, accounts payable, setting up warehouse infrastructure, you know, IT infrastructure, everything's been done for you. All that you have to do is pay the 750 Rand and you can build a business anywhere in the world, and you can earn an enormous income by helping other people. So that's basically why the business is so exciting. And in fact, 96% of the people involved with, you know, at least 96% of the people lying awake at night are worrying about what? Two things: health and finances. So you are in the perfect place, the right place at the right time. So just quickly, so where does the money come from? So at the bottom on the left-hand side, you'll see the traditional distribution model. What happens is that about 20% of the money goes towards production and 80% of the money goes towards advertising and marketing. How Mannatech works is that what we do is we put 56% of the money into research and development and to run the company, and the other 44% we pay out to people like me and you and some of the speakers you would have heard of this evening to go out there and talk to people about the product and what the product can mean for other people. So it's what I call, you're a prosumer. You're actually using the product that you're sharing with other people, but it allows you to get your product for free and build a part-time income from doing that. So, so that's really where the money comes from. So you're never going to see Mannatech on a billboard or a television ad that we do, or sponsoring a big sports team. What we do is we take all that money and pay it to word of mouth marketing, because we feel that is the most powerful form of advertising and marketing. So I'm not going to cover too much of this because I think I've covered already a lot of that already. So we'll go on to the next slide. Okay, so you're on the call this evening. You've got to choose. You either want to be a customer or you want to be an associate. So let's assume that you are a customer. You just want to use the product. You don't want to build a business. What happens? We've got no joining fees. You get to buy the products at wholesale. You can earn 20% back in loyalty points every month when using the product. And you can also refer other customers to the product, and you can get back 25% of whatever they spend just by being a customer, which means you can get your products for free. And I always share with people, it's what I like to call the free wellness for life, because let's assume that your products cost you 1,000 Rand a month. Well, if you've got 4 friends that are using 1,000 Rand of the products, your products will be what? For free, because it's the free wellness for life. Because if you're getting 25% each of their orders, you basically, the next month, your products won't cost you anything. So you can really, really make a big, big impact. So for a lot of people out there, when they ask me, what does the product cost? I always share with them, it's free unless it works for you. And if it works for you, obviously you're going to have to pay for it. But if it works for you, obviously, this, you know, just through the sheer, you know, results that you're getting, you're going to be talking to people about the product, which means you're going to get your product for free in any way. So that's the one way, is being a customer. The next one is by being an associate. So to be an associate costs you 750 Rand for the year. And that allows you to obviously build your business all over the world. You get your own website, you get access to all these incredible technologies. And then there's a renewal a year later of 350 Rand that you got to pay. But you can also earn up to 20% loyalty points on your automatic orders. You also buy the products at wholesale. This is something that's quite unique, is that, you know, whether you're a customer or an associate, everyone pays the same for their products. You don't have to buy product and go and sell to other people. All that you do is you use the product yourself, and you talk to people about the product or the opportunity to earn extra income part-time from home. I mean, aren't all of us locked in at home? And of course, you know, that's really what you do. I mean, all of us on the call this evening, we're doing that in any way every single day. So there's really 6 different ways of earning an income. The first is the customer bonuses, which is on all your personal customers. The next one would be the first order bonus, which means on any people you introduce to Mannatech on their product sales, you'll earn 25% of whatever they buy. Then there's a mentor bonus, which means on all the people you personally get involved, you are being paid a mentor bonus when you get to help them get to certain levels. There's a uni-level payout. There's leadership check match, which means if you develop leaders, you can check match their checks up to 20%. And of course, there's a global bonus pool, which is amazing. I would encourage all of you to work towards getting into the global bonus pool, because then what Mannatech does is they take 1.5% of all the turnover globally, and they get split in shares. But whatever the sales was that month gets split up, and the bigger your rank is, the more shares you get in that pool. So that's called the global bonus pool, and you start earning that at bronze presidential. So just quickly on the last slide is basically this. So what's the first thing you're going to do? You've got to figure out, am I a customer or am I an associate? Let's assume that you're an associate. The first thing that you want to do is you want to get to 500 points in customer volume. Those are people that are just customers using the product and include your own order. So let's assume that you do that. Well, quite easy to work out what you're going to earn. You're going to earn probably on 500 points, which is about 6,000 Rand of the sales. You're going to earn 1,500 Rand. The next month, what you're going to do is, or at least in the same month, if you help 2 people do the same thing, you are called what we call a regional director, and you'll qualify for the team 2 bonus. So you're probably earning, you know, besides your customer bonus, which is 1,500, you're probably going to earn another 1,000 Rand, 1,500. So you're earning 3,000 Rand for the month, as an example. But now the next step is let's assume that you help 4 people do the same thing. So you've enrolled 4 people, help each of them do 500 points in customer volume. But now you call what we call a silver director. Now you're earning anything from, you know, 2,500 Rand all the way up into 8,000 Rand. So for me, that's quite a nice level to get to, depending on your structure, depending on how many people you personally enrolled. But I would obviously encourage all of you to work towards that. Then the next level is what we call executive director. You'll see at the bottom left, it's called duplication. You know, to do that, and you've got about 6,000 points, and you can earn anything from 3,500 Rand part-time up into about 10,000 Rand. Of course, if you helped your, you know, 4 associates that you got on board each get to silver director, you're now called a silver executive director, and you would now earn, it's about 10,000 points that you're doing. So everything works in points. Every product has got a point attached to it. And at that level, you earn anything from about 7,500 Rand. And I've seen, in fact, leaders on the score this evening that have been all the way up to about 18,000 Rand at that level. It just depends on your structure and how you've obviously structured your business and how many people you've helped and enrolled and so forth. And then there's a level called Gold Executive Director, which is about 20,000 points, and that's anything between 15 and 30,000 Rand a month. And the next one is obviously to become a presidential director, where it starts off at 30, 40, 50,000 a month, depending on your structure. And that's 40,000 points that you're doing in volume of product. And then there's another level after that called Bronze Presidential, 80,000 points. Bronze Presidentials earn around 80,000 a month, depending on their structure. And then, of course, you become a Silver Presidential, which is about 160,000 points, which is plus minus 120,000 a month. It can be a little bit less. It can obviously be a lot more as well. And then there's something called Gold Presidential, which is 240,000 points you've done in volume. And Gold Presidentials earn anything from about 160. And to honestly, my biggest check at Gold Presidential was 227,000 at Gold Presidential. So you can earn a great income. It just depends on how you've structured your business, how many people you've helped, what the volume is you're doing, and so forth. And then, of course, Platinum Presidential starts around 250,000. It can go all the way up into 500,000 and a lot more. So what I want to share with all of you is that the earnings or lifestyle indicator are not necessarily representative of what you earn or achieve. Your individual earnings and lifestyle as an associate are strictly dependent upon your respective area of skills and efforts. Mannatech makes no guarantee of earnings or lifestyle. So we're not saying to you, get involved, you're going to make money for doing nothing. What we're saying is if you produce volume, you will be paid on the volume that you produce. So that in short is the sort of just a quick brief presentation. So just to everyone on the call here this evening, what are the next steps? Well, I'll encourage you, if you are on the call this evening, is get back to the person that invited you on the call this evening. Write down the questions that you have. Like if there's something you're unsure about, you don't understand the compensation plan, you might not understand the business, but whatever it is, jot it down, and I promise you will get it answered for you. And the reason why I share that with you is because when before I got involved with Mannatech, I signed up with Mannatech. In fact, I didn't sign up yet. I was going to sign up with Mannatech. And one of my dad's best friends said to me, it's the biggest load of rubbish. And I almost didn't get involved because of what someone else said about something he knew nothing about. And that's why it's very, very important is if you go and ask advice from someone, if you want to become a Wimbledon tennis player, maybe go and ask someone who's played at Wimbledon. If you want to become an engineer, go and ask someone that's actually a qualified engineer. Don't go and ask the varsity student who dropped out in his first year if he thinks it's a good idea for you to become an engineer. Take advice from people that know what they're talking about. And if you're looking at making a success in this industry, I would encourage you to speak to some of the leaders on the call this evening. Make sure, obviously, you stick in your line of sponsorship, but listen to people that have actually managed success in Mannatech, whether it works or not. Because my story for people out there is a lot different to a lot of other people's story out there. Because loads of people started when I did, 12 years ago. But you know what? They stopped. They quit. And normally people quit because someone says something to them, and they don't go and ask the questions after that. So I want to encourage you. Ask the questions. I promise you we'll get them answered for you. And you're at the right place at the right time. And I want to thank you for being on the call this evening. And I know you've taken an hour of your time out, but maybe this 1 hour you've taken out of your time. I've always learned in my life that if you want more time in your life, you've got to give more time. And to spend an hour of your time to listen to something like what we're doing this evening, and maybe it's just it might just be that chance. It might be the thing that that could be the potential savior, or the potential thing that you could do part-time that could, where you could earn extra income, where you can help some people. Then why not? I mean, I'll never forget. Our founder once said to me, he said, every one of us in life have to do something, but I'm just very, very grateful that I get to do Mannatech, and every single one of you on the call this evening, you get to decide what you do, and it's a part-time thing. It's amazing. It's so exciting. I mean, we are exploding in South Africa. We're going to be exploding all over the world, and I am very, very honored to be associated with every single one of you, and I look forward to the next 10 years or 12 years or 22 years building this business together. And I look forward to see all in the beaches of the world when it all opens up again. So thank you very much. Thanks for the time, and thanks again to all the speakers that shared this evening. You're all fantastic, and thank you for sharing your heart. It really it's really touched a lot of other people out there, and I guess that's what this is all about. So thank you very much, and enjoy your evening, and have an amazing weekend if we don't chat again.